Welcome to Kickstarter Conniption. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
And we're happy to be part of the Tantrum House family. Today, we're doing something a little different. And we're doing a top 10. These top 10 are going to be board games that launched on Kickstarter in 2016.
Now, some of the really popular games might not be on our list, because all of these are games that we either reviewed or actually backed ourselves. And just for a note, Kevin actually put them in order because I hate actually numbering things and choosing favorites.
Now, before we start our top 10, we want to talk about our number 11, and that is Steam Court. This is a game that Tantrum House actually produced, and we launched it on Kickstarter, produced it, funded it, and now it's to all our backers. We have a few copies left. If you want to check it out on our website, tantrumhouse.com, it's for $39 free shipping. It is a ladder trick-taking game for 1 to 12 players, and it is set in a steampunk universe.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Villages of Valeria. This is set in the world of Valeria.
This game has great artwork. I like that you can use the cards for different things, like developing or building. It sort of reminds me of Imperial Settlers, and that is one of my all-time favorite games. And Daily Magic Games has produced this game. It is on store shelves, and you can even buy it from their site for $25.
Number 9. Starving Artists is number 9. This game is all about art. I love art as a whole. It is neat to see art throughout history in this game.
I enjoy pulling the colored cubes from the bag to see what I get. I think there is good strategy for which paintings that I need to get to place the colored cubes on. This actually is available on Amazon after they fulfill the game.
Number 8. Coldwater Crown. We actually played this game in a prototype form with the designer at Origins and really enjoyed learning how this game worked.
I love worker placement games. One of the neat mechanics is that you take actions both when you place and when you pick up the angler tokens. You can pre-order this for $46 on Bellwether Games website.
Number 7.
Great Scott. It's a word game and a game of mad invention. And I just love words and inventions. You're trying to build a unique invention with all of these kind of Victorian-esque words, so you can have something like the alarming asbestos accelerated emerald elevator, and then you get points for alliteration and matching different types of cards, so there's that strategy element. But then there's also a element of the game where it's social, where you're describing this thing that you've made, so that's a lot of fun for your more social gamers, but it's only part of the points. The other points are the strategy, so it mixes both types of gaming really well.
And you can get this game on Sinister Fish's website for about $22.
Number 6.
One of my favorite games of all times is Kingsburg. It uses the mechanism of dice allocation or dice worker placement, and Cavern Tavern uses that same fun mechanism, and that's my number 6.
I like the art style of this game. The theme is fun, and they also unlocked a lot of cool extras that we didn't experience even in the prototype of Cavern Tavern, and you can check this out at your friendly local game store.
Number 5.
Tesla vs. Edison, the Powering Up expansion from Artana Games. Now, we had never played Tesla vs. Edison until we had gotten the expansion, and it adds so much to the game. Headquarters, it adds another player, it adds more cards, it even changes the endgame scoring mechanism to make it the stock market a little less volatile. So we really enjoyed it. I don't think we'd ever play it without the expansion. It's just a lot of fun working on all those different intricate things in the game.
And you can pick up Powering Up expansion on Artana's website or at your local game store.
Number 4, Fate of the Elder Gods. This is produced by Greater Than Games, Dice Hate Me Games, and it's co-designed by Richard Launius. I really enjoyed this game. You're playing as the cultists, and your movement is really interesting. You can block things from other players. You have cards that have multi-use. They can be spells. They can be used for movement. They are also used to then ready your spells. So there's a lot going on, and it's set in the Cthulhu Lovecraftian mythos world.
I really appreciate their regular monthly updates. I would expect this to arrive around May or June this year, and you can pre-order this on their Kickstarter page if you hadn't backed it. Number 3.
Unfair! You get to build your own theme park, or should I say, themes park.
This game is not fair. I appreciate that as I go into playing it, I can have that right mindset, trying to win, but knowing that the game and other players could hurt those plans. The artwork is good. This is probably one of the best prototypes we received in 2016, and the rulebook is awesome.
Yeah, it's really clear, but it's also really humorous too. So I actually enjoyed reading the rulebook for this one.
It looks like you can still make a late pledge on Kickstarter for Unfair.
Number 2, Mythos Tales. It's very similar to Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, except this one's set in a Lovecraftian universe. We binge played this over Thanksgiving, just about every single scenario. We had a blast. You do have to know that there are a few issues with some of the scenarios, but there's an errata list online, and I think the designers are working on smoothing things out for those few little issues. It was still a lot of fun, though.
You should be able to pick this up for $45 on 8th Summit Games website.
Number 1.
Near and Far is number 1, which is a sequel to Above and Below by Red Raven Games. Now, Above and Below is a great story interactive adventure game, and I have high hopes for Near and Far.
When you think about art in board games, many people actually mention Ryan Lockett. He is like a renaissance man. Not only does he design these games, but his art that he creates for this game is like awesome. Retail versions should be available in May 2017. Before we end this video, we just wanted to share with you some games that just didn't make it into our top 10. Here are the honorable mentions. Vikings Gone Wild is a deck building resource management game that's based off an online app. It was funded successfully on Kickstarter and reached a lot of stretch goals, and you can pre-order it on the Kickstarter page if you missed it when it was live. Anachrony is by Mindclash Games. They're the same ones that made Tricarion, and a friend of mine backed this project, and I look forward to playing it when it comes out.
Unreal Estate is a light filler card game, and it had whimsical art and some streamlined gameplay, and some friends of ours really enjoyed playing this with us.
Rising 5 is another honorable mention, and it's mainly because of the artwork. It's one of my favorite artists that did it, Vincent Dutrait, and there's some sort of app that has integrated into it, so this one really intrigues me.
Outlawed is a bluffing game, and I normally despise bluffing games, but this one had some really interesting mechanics to it, some cute artwork, and it was another one that we really enjoyed playing with our friends.
Paco Games 2, this project has seen some delays, and hopefully we'll get this maybe by the end of February 2017. I'm really looking forward to playing these micro games.
Einstein by Artana Games. The way that you're matching the symbols to try to match what's on your card was really intriguing, and how you're building this big pool of tiles that you can work with other people to match your cards was a lot of fun.
Heroes and Tricks. Ed Baraf and John Gilmore teamed up to design this game. It's a great, light, trick-taking game, and one of the neat things in this game is that the box is actually part of the gameplay.
Iberian Rails. A few of our friends actually backed this game after playing it with us. It's a railroad game where you're auctioning stocks and building routes, and they unlock some really good stretch goals during the campaign.
And Scythe. I actually had this as my number 1 game that launched in 2016 until I realized it actually launched in 2015. Well, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel.